Welcome into another Musings from the Mind Up tutorial. We're going to look at making these quick uh, 2D eyes procedurally and controlling them with shape keys and a driver. And what we'll see is we'll add a little empty to where we can um, affect the way the eyes look based on how we can move this empty. So with that said, let's procedurally make the eyes. And then let's add some shape keys and some drivers. So we're in Eevee. I'm going to do a new project. One to get to the front. Shift A, mesh, plane, RX90. So we're facing it. We're going to click up here so we can kind of see what we're working with. I'm going to hit period on the numpad to center it. I'm going to hit SX2. So we're going to scale it like that. I want to hit tab. To go into edit mode, I am going to do segments, and I'm going to select just the top and bottom segments. I want to subdivide, and we're going to subdivide 3 times. And oops, nope, 3 times. Also could have just used loop cuts. I'm going to switch over here to vertices. Select the 2 on the end, M, collapse, 2 on the end, M, collapse. And then what we're going to do is jump over here, and we are going to, actually before we even do that, I'm going to select faces. I'm going to hit I to inset, and we're going to inset this a little bit because we're going to add some colors. In this case, I'm going for more of a cartoony look. So I am going to add my first color, the center of the eye. This is just going to be kind of a starting point because we're going to procedurally make an eyeball here in a second. But we're going to make that an white. We're going to hit assign here. And then with face select on, we're going to hit Control I to invert selection. And then I'm going to add another material, new. We're just going to make this guy black, and we're going to assign that. And then I want to Control I again to invert, and then I want to go back to vertice select, because what I'm going to do here in a second is I am going to add a subdivision surface at the level of 3. And the eyelid is bigger than I want it to be. So I'm going to inset again, and that gets me about where I want it to be. So now we have the starts of our eyeball. What we're going to do is go back to the material that is the eye, and we're going to create the eyeball procedurally, and we're going to be able to control where the eyeball is with an empty. So we're going to hit Shift A. Search, we're going to do a texture coordinate. We're going to put that over here. We're going to do Shift A, and we're going to add a vector math. We're going to drop that in here. We're going to put, just as a placeholder, we're going to put, until we do our empty, we're going to do object into the top vector. And then we're going to put the vector into color. And we need to change this from add to length. And let's copy that back over there again. And you'll see we kind of have this. We're going to add some focus to it. So we're going to add a color ramp. Drop it in right here. And we are going to change this to constant. And we could control the eye size with this slider, but since we're going to control the eye itself, or the pupil itself with an empty, that's really going to be a moot point. So we're going to come up here, Control A, or Shift A rather. I want to add an empty plane axis, and we're going to call this pupil driver. And then we're going to go back into here, and we're going to change this to object, and we're going to do pupil driver. And if you'll notice now, then we've got this nice rounded. If I go to my pupil driver, I can scale the eyeball up and down. I can also move the eyeball wherever that empty goes. So that gets us that. And then I kind of like my eyes a little less human, so I'm going to jump back over here into the eye. I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode. I'm hitting caps lock, so nothing's happening. I'm going to go into proportional editing, set it to smooth, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these guys right here, and shift, select these guys right here, and I'm just going to get Z. I'm going to kind of bring them down a little bit here, like this, and I'm going to hit scale to bring them in a little bit, and this kind of gives me an eye like I like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just add a couple of shape keys to make some expressions. So we're going to hit one to get our basis. Then we'll do here and say, we'll call this one squint. Jump over here, hit tab. Let's take these guys up here, get, bring it down like that. These guys right here, get, bring it up like that. And then as we do the shape keys, I will do that. We could add another one, and we could just call it like questioning. And we hit tab over here, and say maybe we grab these guys and we bring them down kind of like maybe like this. Bring these up like this, and then we kind of have a, oh, what's going on here? As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to rotate that like this, and then we kind of get this look like this. And then all we have to do is we can add another empty plane axis, and we'll call this one expression driver. And we'll go back over here on the shape key here. I'm going to right click on value, and I'm going to add a driver. I am going to change it here to average value. I'm going to choose the expression driver, X location, and local space. And that means if I go up to the expression driver and I move it positively on the X, it will give me that expression. I can do the same thing with the questioning. I want to right click, add driver, average value, expression driver, local space, but this time I'm going to change it to Z location. And that means if I go back over to my expression driver and I go up, it gives it this view. If I go X, it gives it this view. And if I go diagonally, it kind of makes this combination of the two. And that's a quick, easy way to procedurally make an eyeball and control it with drivers. I hope you will like and subscribe. Till the next time. Thank you.